Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And this is probably going to take me 5 minutes because it is just a really lovely day in the Northeast, down through the southeast into Florida, back over into the middle Mississippi Valley. Now, make no mistake, we've got very hot conditions going on in the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley down across parts of the Gulf states and southeast. But that hot air is having a real difficult time moving eastward. And if you look at the arc of the clouds, the high clouds, they are running up here and going from northwest to southeast. So we're going to get some of these high clouds coming in tonight. We're being protected. There's an upper high here sitting down in the south. It's going to gradually weaken. And if you take a look right up here in northern Montana and on the other side in Canada, there's a strong upper low. And this is going to be the driving force to bring down very cool air for this time of year anyway, come Friday night and for the entire Father's Day weekend, which really looks like a fantastic weekend to finish off the spring season. Radars are pretty quiet here at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We've got a few light showers coming in off Lake Ontario and on the Canadian side going into upstate New York. Had some of that warmer air and some blow-off clouds from thunderstorms coming over the top of the ridge and dropping southeastward. I don't really think it's going to impact much of the rest of the day here as we settle with temperatures generally in the upper 70s to along the coast and lower to maybe a few middle 80s in inland spots. Showers and storms going on across the lakes, the western lakes, and back into Minnesota, and that's where we have our risk area today, enhanced risk of severe weather from the upper peninsula of Michigan into northeastern Iowa. Now here in the east, this is mainly for tonight. Being on the edge of that hot air, we're seeing we're seeing this area of marginal risk that is setting up. And I think there might be some isolated severe thunderstorms, mostly inland across Pennsylvania and upstate New York. Now, there is a slight risk from western Virginia down the Appalachians into Georgia and Alabama. So we're going to play into that today. Excuse me, the risk being higher as you go south. Now, for tomorrow, the first of two cold fronts approaching. Slight risk of severe weather upstate New York, central and western PA, northern West Virginia, and eastern Ohio. The marginal risk gets right to about the New Jersey-Pennsylvania state line. I think this really has to do with the timing of storms. They're going to hit the maximum daytime heating when they're out to the west, and then they're going to start to weaken as they move to the east. So this is cold front number one for late tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think, should be fine. Most of the time, we'll have an increase in humidity. Temperatures will be in the middle to maybe even a few upper 80s. We'll have some late day thunderstorms. And as we move on to Friday, that's when the second cold front comes through. And while there might be a shower or thunderstorm with that during the middle of the day, the risk area will be in the mid-Atlantic states back over into Tennessee and Kentucky. Rainfall next 7 days, not a whole heck of a lot, a quarter to a half an inch up and down the East Coast for the most part. Some places a little higher than others. We're seeing the rains abate a bit across the northern plains and northern Rockies, and still getting some drought relief coming into the southwest. So it's a fairly straightforward setup here, folks. We've got this deep trough coming into the eastern part of the United States. We will have, again, the first of two cold fronts. The rest of today is fine. First of two cold fronts comes through tomorrow with some showers and thunderstorms. You see the storms are actually stronger as you go south in Pennsylvania and Virginia, and less as you go north, which kind of makes sense to me. Then that goes out. Second front, which is on Friday. Now, this really, the important part of this front is the fact that behind it is going to be the very dry air that'll be coming in with dew points dropping precipitously later tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Friday could see temperatures between 85 and 90. We'll have a northwest wind. The dew points will drop off later in the afternoon, and then it's going to turn breezy and cool for Saturday. Sunshine, a gusty wind, highs just in the low to mid 70s. We'll be down into the 50s at night and even some 40s in cool spots. We'll do it again on Sunday. Now, there's a little bit of shower activity showing up off the New England coast because there's an upper low there. So we're going to have to watch those clouds with that to see if they decide to back westward. We're thinking maybe not. Perhaps that's a little overdone. But we're just going to keep our eyes on that nonetheless. And if that happens, it would be more for the coastal areas than inland spots. But we're talking about an air mass, by the way, that's going to be bringing dry air not just to the northeast and the mid-Atlantic states, but all the way down into the South Atlantic coast and the southeast. This is a very, very impressive high for this time of year. And very quickly for next week, eventually that high does pull out, but we're going to keep with below normal temperatures at least through Monday. Maybe some showers coming in on Tuesday as some warmer air tries to head in. But guess what? There's another cold front probably coming for later next week. No big storms on the horizon. I don't see any widespread severe weather outbreak risks going forward in the pattern that we're in. So that wraps it up for Weather in 5. Did it a little over 5. Joe and Joe Weather Show coming up tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time, so we hope to see you then.